Ooh, hello, everyone. Our guest will be on momentarily. I'm going to message her, make sure she has the link and everything. I hope everybody's doing well today. Hello. And it says it should be a good live. Should be a good live. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Right. Let me make sure I share the link out too. Now, I know I should have done this before, but I also know it takes a little while. So let's go ahead and copy, share that link out, make sure the people know. And then we're going to get started once Miss Aquarius Bruja gets here. Okay? Okay, live now. Alright, I know I should have probably done this before, but it's alright. It's the first time, so I don't know, how it's going to be. Alright. Hello, everyone. Hello. Leave your comments. Can you hear me well? Can you see me okay? And our guest will be on momentarily. She is a mother, so she does have to take care of her children. I'm going to make sure I message her and just let her know that we're live. Live. Waiting on you. Hello. Greetings, Charlotte. Thank you for being here. Everything sounds okay? Everything looks okay? My guest will be on in a second. I'm just waiting for her. Okay, perfect. I'm waiting for her to finish feeding the children. So I already, I already honored the ancestors. I spit the looker for a way to help that internet connection. And then I got a little shurn here. So this is really going to be a very casual talk. And once she comes on, she needs 5 more minutes. Okay. So once she comes on, you guys are going to see why I chose to have her on. This woman is vetted by me. She has been one of my sisters for years. We never had no betrayals. Nothing happened between us. Like, everything's always been very, kosher between us. So I really, and she just has so much wisdom. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Yeah, I'm going to let her introduce herself. She has so much wisdom, and she's really never been on any show or been, on with anyone else. I had brought her on my Facebook just to come in and talk, because that's my homegirl. So, on Facebook, you can just bring people on when you're live. So I had her come on Facebook, and she did such a great job there. I was like, you know what? We're going to bring her in on YouTube. I did promise that I would be on here more. So, get yourself a little drink, or, some coffee or some tea. Eat you some grapes. And we're also going to talk about this super moon as well. I already got all my stuff set up. I did my rituals today. So tonight, the only thing I'll be doing for the super moon is taking my crystals outside to charge. Because they need a little bit of a cleansing and a charge. So as soon as we're done here, I'm going to start cleansing. And then I'll be charging. So how's everyone's week been? Okay. She says she's going to be on in about 5 minutes. It's her first time. All right. So y'all be nice. Because over on this side of things, when I'm on my own channel, I do spiritual ratchetness. I'm not going to explain that today, but we do a little bit of spiritual ratchetness over here. We keep it real, and that's just how I really tend to live my life. If you keep everything on Front Street, you ain't gotta lie. Also, for this, to bring in this new energy that we have going on, hectic but good overall. Yeah. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna sneak up in the chat. I'm gonna sneak up in the chat real quick. Let's see. All right. I'm just gonna. Well, I know before anyone even came on, I said thank you all for being here. live chat. Yeah, this week it's been experience. I can say that for myself too. So we're just waiting for our guests to come on. Yeah, that's how we do it. Because the thing is, we're not just light, love and light, and we just not dark and deaf. You know, it's a balance. It's walking the middle path. So I try to keep it a balance and keep it in the middle as far as that goes. I'm gonna put the Cash App here for you guys. If anybody, you know, if you guys appreciate the conversation, donate. And even though I know my sister, I'm gonna surprise her just between us, because she don't like to accept no type of but whatever I make on Cash App here, I'm gonna send her half. But don't tell her that I'm doing that. That's between us. She not on yet. She don't know what we doing here, okay? So I'm gonna put that in the chat, and I guess I'll pin it for now so you guys can see it. But yeah, she don't know. She don't know. I'm gonna stay quiet about that. But I'm just gonna send her half without her knowing. Because if I ask her, she won't take it. She like that. She's just that type of person. She won't never. There's people in your life that they just won't. They won't take from you. So I'm like, all right, whatever. All right. Yeah. Oh well. Thank you. I've been like this. But I gotta be like this. See, look, I be smoking my little cigarette. I be over here chilling, dog. That's why I said I got my little drinky drink on. Okay. I got the gin with the juice. I spit for a way for the ancestors. I did I was doing my rituals all day, just preparing myself for not just the supermoon energies. All right, I think this is her. Invited guest. She's on. Copied. Okay, she's ready. She's here. All right. Exit solo layout. Let's see. It's my first time actually using this. Okay. Add theme. Perfect. Hello, beauty.
Hello.
Look at her. This is Aquarius Bruja.
Blue hands. Just got finished dyeing my hair, but whatever.
No, that's okay. You know what? That's also kind of witchy, isn't it? And that's why a lot of movies and stuff, they'll show the blue hands, because when the witches used to dye clothes and stuff, they would use indigo for certain rituals. So
right.
This is actually very much in alignment. So just tell people a little bit about yourself. I know, girl. Wait. I said we drinking a little bit. I got my Bombay. She got her stuff. Yeah, no, that's why I said we're gonna have a very laid back chat. We indulge in the spirits to bring in the ancestors. Thank you, Charlotte, for the Cash App. We indulge in the spirits a little bit to give ashe to our ancestors. I told them before you came on. I already split the liquor 4 ways. I already said thank you. I already asked that our ancestors come together in unity. Oh God, girl, I just got chills. Did you feel that? I just got to do my whole body. Oh yeah, y'all got some real. But she is more. She's ancestral witch. She's an ancestral bruja, you say. She has more wisdom as far as the craft than I do, because no one taught me. I had to learn kind of rogue. But she actually learned through her family. So just tell the people a little bit about yourself so we can just sort of get started. I'm going to stay quiet. I'm just so excited to have you here.
Listen, well, this is a new thing for me. I'm Aquarius Bruja. My bio name is Mina. Alongside of being an hereditary Bruja, I am definitely a witch who practices ancestral magic. That means I venerate my ancestors, those who have recently, crossed over. I spend time with them, so that they can actually, evolve so they can be venerated, in the best ways. I do necromancy. I'm also very keen in divination. I love tarot cards, but my favorite is rune reading and tea light readings. And a lot of the time I do traditional cloud scrying. Oh, that's beautiful.
And I got the runes right here.
That's beautiful. I'm very well versed in the Psalms because, again, in ancestral magic, we do use the Psalms. For those of you who don't understand, the Psalms is a big part, of hoodoo, folk magic, period. You understand? As well as ancestral roots. I am initiated into Palo, Santeria. As we all know, that hoodoo holds no initiation process, and as well as in Vodun. Again, I am a hereditary Bruja. Some of my family members practice Vodun. Some practice hoodoo. Some practice Vodun, Obeya, Brujeria, Palo Mayumbe, and Santeria. Yep, I am an Afro-Latina, but that's the basis about me. I am a teacher, of course, in my craft, but my main purpose for even joining this live was just to solely connect with y'all, and any questions that y'all may or may not have involving ancestral practices. I just hope to answer them to the best of my abilities, if spirit is willing. And things that I can't say or talk about, I will let you know. But things that I am mostly will be covering, I will be able to talk about. So thank you, sis.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. You know, I had to mute myself because you know my ass like to talk. But it's all about you today. You the star, baby.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. So I'm okay. Let's start off with a lot of people not gonna understand what it means to be inhabited by Oija. You know, Ache to her. Let's start off by talking about what that actually means as a concept.
Okay. Well, for my terms, we all know about mounting, correct? Being inhabited by someone or a being, simply put, it means that you allow them into your vessel. It's kind of like unzipping yourself and allowing them in and then zipping it back up. And sometimes you do take a back seat to them. You know, it's like interchangeable. Sometimes, whether it be in ritual or when you need her most, you know what I'm saying? You take a back seat and you let her drive. You know, you're there, of course, but she's the one up front. And sometimes you don't remember, you know, things that you may do or say, you know, that are on contrary, because she is, you know, basically in your being. So it just means literally allowing that energy, that entity into your body, into your vessel, into your spirit as a whole, and you become one. So that's what that means.
So I might have to actually turn my internet connection off because it's looking toe up right now.
That is totally okay.
Can you hear me clearly, sis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. All right. So the next thing I want to ask about, did you get them cars ready?
Right. I just looked to the side, right? They calling me.
I'm thinking, okay, so we have a special gift for everybody on. Aquarius Bruja is going to do a full moon reading.
Did you tell them about the super moon, the strawberry super moon that we're having?
Came on.
That's a good point to start with. I love this moon.
So I didn't want to give away, you know, what we had talking about earlier. So I would like you to explain it more and what this energy is and what to do with it. And then let's get into the reading and stuff. I'm going to mute myself and let you have the stage.
Perfect. Okay, so the super full moon, the strawberry super full moon. Basically, it is, like they said, a full moon, but because we've already had a full moon and it's so close, the energy from our last full moon is still there, which makes this one super. In my traditional family understanding. So again, I am a traditional witch. That means I practice the traditional way of my family. What we practice, you will not find in a book because it's literally handed down, word of mouth. Okay, and so backtracking, that's why it's a good thing that you get in touch with your elders and you sit at your elders' feet. And what that means is, I'm not talking about only your grandmom, only your auntie, an elder who is actually in the craft that you're trying to follow, because they have what you call ancestral wisdom. Normally this wisdom is passed down from their great grandmom to their grandmom, from the grandmom to the mama, from the mama to the sister, from the sister down onto the children line. You understand me? So with that being stated, we're bloodline. So in my family, when we have super full moons, what we do is we take this as a time of self-recognition and self-reflection. So what that means is, just as the moon reflects onto the ocean, and then that light is reflected from the water to whatever's nearby. It's all about reflection, self-reflection. So normally we may feel super, super sleepy. You know, if you've been super busy, if you've been doing a lot, this is a time for you to rest. But if you have been resting, then a lot of the time, people that are not so busy, that do have the energy of the sloth, which we call the lazy bug, this moon will make you energetic. You know what I'm saying? So there's two different reactions because, again, it's a reflection. So if you have been in your reflection a lazy person, then when that light is reflected back at you, it's going to be energizing. You know what I'm saying? So the full moon also is about letting go, whether it be of people that serve you no purpose, relationships that serve you no purpose, friendships, you know, intimate relationships, or even relationships with certain things that are habit forming that are not good for you. It's a time about releasing and letting go and resting and showering ourselves in love and beauty. And because this is the full moon, that means infinite possibilities. So work that can be done on this is opening the roads, you know what I'm saying? Because the full moon is filled with infinite opportunities, clearing blockages, whether it be cleansing yourself, make yourself a nice succulent bath, you know, some roses for love and purity, some lavender for peace and calming. You can also use some nettle for some protection work. Add a drop of cinnamon in there. Bitch, fuck it. Make a stew.
You said that. Can you hear me? Okay. I got rose and lavender incense before we started burning. I did a manifestation ritual, and I used my railroad spikes to protect the energy. And I did the square and everything. Like I did a triangle and a square to protect the energy. So it's crazy that you're talking about. Literally, I did to set the energy right. I did a floor wash. Girl, half my drink just fell on the floor. The ancestors done drank it up.
Oh my God.
The ancestors, they going in right now. So go ahead and keep going. And I'm going to let you go ahead and then, you know, pull up the cards. Let's
right. So, I love you more. So back to the topic. With this full moon energy, like I said, you can do prosperity work. A quick chant that I like to always use is, as prosperity grows, money flows and comes to me abundantly. As prosperity grows, money flows and comes to me abundantly. As prosperity flows, money grows and comes to me abundantly. Okay, so what that means is, as my prosperity is growing, this is opening the doors for my money to flow into me. And so as long as you keep saying that, what you're doing is setting that intention. So this could be a perfect time to do such things. Again, you can also do, for the full moon, you can do self-love, you know what I'm saying? To open those doors of love for self or for anything or anybody, you know what I'm saying? This is a good time to do all kinds of working, except for on the full moon, I would not do enemy work. Again, this is my family's traditional way. We do not do enemy work on the full moon. What that means is the waning moon is what that's saved for, because waning is what? Banishing. You understand? So I would use that type of work on that time. But again, the full moon is full of possibilities. So getting into that, I would just like to bless y'all with a little mini reading. I wouldn't even say that much, but let's talk about where this is going after this full moon, because a lot of you do fail to realize that we're in a shift. So with every moon cycle, there's a lunar shift. And what that means is down here, there's another lunar shift. So each dimension is shifting as the tide shifts within the moon, because there are over 500 different dimensions that we ourselves as spiritual beings have not even crossed over, especially if you were not born into one of those. You understand me? So this is a time of shifting. So what's going to happen after the shift? Let's find out. Let's ask Santísima Muerte. Let's ask her. She knows better than we do. She is Our Lady of Death.
Let's go. I'm here for all of it. Let's go.
Okay. So I'm going to be doing a 3-card pull. Okay. This is where we are. Well, this is where we've come from. On my left side, the middle point is where we are, and the right is where we're going. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it that way. I always do it in 3s because of the divine divinity, the mother, the maiden, and the crone. You understand? The divine triple goddess is what I always direct into my readings, because within infinite energy and wisdom of the chaos and the balance, because our mothers, they balance it all out. You understand? So that's why. So I'm going to be reading from left to right. Some folks say read right to left, read the middle, then go each way. I do it this way.
Once you're done, sis, we do have a question for you in the chat.
I can answer that now. What's that?
Okay. It says I'm the only one in my family that venerates our ancestors. Let me see if I could actually put the question up. I'm gonna start a comment. I'm the only one in my family that venerates our ancestors.
I can't see the questions.
I do daily work for them as well as monthly workings to clear out their debts. Would you advise anything else? This is from the Blunted Bruja. So we got some Brujas in the chat. I'll share to you.
Ashay says, okay. Repeat her question because I was trying to look at the chat, but I can't.
It says, I'm the only one in my family that venerates our ancestors. I do daily working for them as well as monthly workings to clear out their debts. Would you advise anything else?
I would advise a lot of things. My question to you first, when you set up your ancestral altar, what kind of offerings are you giving them? Because if you're venerating them and clearing out, you know what I'm saying, their traumas or whatever else, we're going to talk about the offerings that we're giving too, because the offerings should also be of clearing. Okay. So example, if you had an alcoholic granddaddy, right? You don't want to put up there more alcohol because that's not venerating him. That's enabling him. And then when you wondering why your shit getting knocked over and you smelling cigars and you smelling old bourbon whiskey and you wonder why shit falling off because Pappy is drunk. Okay, Pappy ain't got time for none of that shit right now. Pappy is drunk, so we need to watch our offerings too. Make sure they are of veneration. Secondly, is I would like for you. I specifically feel like you should get some camphor. You can get camphor blocks from me if you want because I have tons of them. I would say Palo Santo, and I would also do a little bit of rum and whiskey wash. Now, what that's going to do, and you can add a lemon in there too. Please, no, you can add a lemon in there too. And what that's going to do is that's for clearing, purification, and then to consecrate the energy for them, you want to add a little bit of, you could use myrrh resin or you could use the oil and just give it a nice wash. But if you don't have none of that, just plain old white salt and lemon juice and a little bit of vinegar and cleanse your altar because you don't want any of the energy to become stagnant. So make sure when you're cleansing it, you're cleansing it. And every now and again, cover them up to give them some rest from this world. Cover them up a little. So what you can do is, say, for instance, if you're about to have a whole crowd full of people come in your house or just a whole bunch of different energy sources and energy fields, what you want to do is get a sheet, a white sheet, put it over your altar. And make sure we're not blowing the candles out, but we're snuffing them out. So when you blow the candles out, you're erasing each tie and channel. So then you're going to have to re-invite them back every time. You don't want to do that. You don't want to break their line of connection to you. So I would recommend snuffing the candles out. So what that means is you could take a glass ceramic bowl, plate, set it on top of the flame, and it'll slowly snuff its way out. But other than that, you seem to be on the right track. But just make sure that also you're doing clearing work on yourself because you know generational curses are passed down. So whatever you're cleansing or clearing from them, you don't want to obtain that. So make sure that you are divinely protected and cleansed at all times too, at all times as well. But that's about it. I mean, if you have any more specific questions, I can answer them.
I have a question. When I do my ancestral altar, I use pine oil a lot of times to clear and to, you know, take the energy off. I feel like I should probably be using more salt water on there too, or some vinegar or something like that. But I do use the pine oil to clear it and also to, like, you know, bring the power back.
Okay. Well, I don't see anything wrong with that because, again, remember, a lot of the time our ancestors, our spiritualists that was in our families back in them times, they didn't have access to all the new age material we have. Okay. Please stop. Hoodoo, simply African folk magic, was used based on what we had accessible. You understand me? Based off of the things that we had in our grasp. It was a time where white candles weren't found. All they had was sticks and stones and roots and bones. Ring a bell? That's all they had. So when it comes actually to doing stuff like that, using what's around us, what we have access to, that's totally fine. For your ancestors and your spiritual working, it comes from within spirit. That's why it's called spirituality. You understand, it's dwelling within spirit, not dwelling within materialistic items. Spirituality is what we use to help us obtain those spiritual items. You understand? Like money, like wealth, like fame, like stardom, like a house, like a car. Those are nothing that spirit needs. But spirit helps us provide those things for ourselves so that we're more comfortable down here into our transition. Because every day you live, every day you wake up and breathe, you are transitioning into the ancestral realm. This is your transition. So as far as using pine salt, that's totally fine. You could use that, or pine oil. You could use that if you choose to. But just make sure that, yeah, if you don't have anything else, salt water. And just put it in a spray bottle. You could even mist your whole area in that.
Okay, that works. All right, so I guess let's move on to the reading, to the full moon reading. Let's go. I love you, sis. I'm so amped up of having you here. I knew you was going.
Oh my God, I love you so much. Okay, right. So where have we been? We have the swords. We're coming from a time and an era where everything is chaotic. We've got racism that's already been there coming to the forefront. We've got mass shootings. We've got killings. We've got all kinds of terrible that 2022 has brought to us already. But again, it's not terrible. What it is eventful structure. This is in time. That was a shift of clearing. That's why we had so many folks that died. We had so many murders. A lot had to be cleared out. And so that's what that was. We came from a sense of needing protection. And what does the sword do? It clears it out. But as you see on this card, we have the light. That was the light of the clearing energy coming about. So now that everything has been cleared, we're now in the time of understanding who we are. The Great Awakening. It's been happening, but it's even more now in this shift. Because once we have reflection, we have an awakening. Because once I know what I have to do, I know better, and I'm going to do better. You understand me? And then last but not least, where we're going? We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, shooting through the sky. I'm sorry, little Einsteins. I'm sorry. But that's exactly where we're going, on a journey. So now more doors about to be opened up. But pay attention to the doors that are opened, because this also lets us know that although we're in the wandering sea of non-limitation, we still have to be aware. Because this shift is going to open the doors to a lot of things that we're not ready for. Things that are not moral sensible. Things that are against our morality, period, in the human form. Meaning a lot of things are about to be made acceptable that truly are not. We are heading into a shift of the unidentifiable. That means that everybody's trying to wipe out identification of anything. Man, woman, feminine, masculine. That's what's happening. We're going into the plane of the unidentifiable, where anything goes. So what that means is it's time to get protected. And as you can see, he's on a boat, he's on a ship. And although he looks old, he's filled with wisdom. This is the wisdom card. Because he know where he came from, he's not worried about where he's going, because he knows when I see certain signs that reminded me of just where I came from, I know to go the other way. So this is about being aware, but understanding that you're going on a journey. It's about the Great Awakening. And the Great Awakening does stand for you to be very, very endowed with wisdom and very aware. Physically, mentally, spiritually as well. And to stand protected, because you have to watch your back at all costs. So this was not a warning, but this was just a little advice. So pay attention to that after this. So after this moon phase goes and we go into the next shift of the world that's about to come around, that's what we got to look forward for. It's not bad and it's not good. It's complete balanced. But again, be wise and be aware.
I have a question about that. Okay. And in society, how they've been trying to use pronouns and stuff to create division, this energy can be used to actually bring people more together, right or wrong.
It can, but seeds got to be watered first.
Okay, they have to be planted. Got it.
Okay, and they have to be watered. They already planted. They already planting that it's okay to wear a dress if you're younger, or if you are of the opposite sex. They're already planting the seeds. Now, when you water the seeds, they're little babies. What you put in is what will come out of them. So if we are wanting to change all of that, we have to water those seeds that's being planted. But we don't water them. This is not a physical sense of water. This is spiritual. You understand? So how you water the seeds is already been planted. You give them knowledge that wasn't given. You tell them differently than they've been told. That's how you bring about unity and change. You understand me?
Got you. Yo, talking a lot of truths right now. A lot of truths. You're not going to find this nowhere else. You won't find it. Never been on. Oh, by the way, with whatever you're doing over there, your energy's so high, the lights going in and out on the camera. Girl, I see all my ancestors and everyone around you. I see you. You very much well loved and protected out here.
Let me turn the light on. Hold on.
Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. Like I said, we keep it very raw on this channel. We're not finna lie. We're not finna bullshit you. We just gonna tell you the truth. We're gonna take the truth based on our perspective, but you all are masters of your own destiny as well. So everybody has a say. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no shade over here. You say what you need to say, and let's discuss it, and let's make it right together.
Right. And if you don't understand something, or if something isn't done the way that you were taught, then you can ask me. So why is this way instead of this way? And I will gladly explain.
Yeah. So definitely, any questions in the chat, please leave your questions. Leave your questions. They are helpful. They help other people as well. So don't be shy. Don't be timid. Come on in. Come on in. Come on. Questions.
And that's the problem in the world. There is a sense of judgment amongst all. You understand? Anytime that you say something that, again, that others don't agree with, it is a sense of judgment. You shouldn't be saying this. You're homophobic, or you're this, or you're that, or you're this or that. That's why I love creating a safe haven where there is no judgment. Just because I don't agree with you don't mean I can't have understanding.
All I heard from the ancestors was talk it like I walk it. Talk it.
Oh
like
my gosh, I got the high priestess. Didn't we just talk about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding?
Right, I just said it though. All right, I'm gonna let you go off. Go off.
Didn't we just talk about knowledge and wisdom and understanding? Talk little and listen yay much. Okay? So what that means is, instead of always trying to overtalk or overlearn or overbe someone, learn to just listen. Because a lot of the times, I've also seen this in the spiritual community. A lot of the times, because you're not doing this the way the book told me to do this. Well, I'm not the book, honey. I got this from the horse's mouth. I ain't get this from no book or no internet. I'm not on people's internet playing. Y'all are. I mean, right now I am, but hey, that's neither here nor there. We have to learn to listen more than we talk. And that is also a big issue. Everybody thinks they know so much about nothing. Learning is indefinite. You will never stop learning. So learn to listen. That is exactly what I'm getting. Folks need to sit back and listen now. It's time to start sitting back and listening now. When you with your friends, if you shut up and you listen instead of hot girl summer, you know what I'm saying? The hot girls need to take a seat. It's a hot witch summer, okay? It's all summer now. Share, bitches.
You better tell them. I will say, yo, it's a Lilith summer, bitch. We about to go in.
Yes, let's blessings go up to Mother Lilith.
It's not immature Lilith. It's the real one. Look, I'm gonna hit you with a cheers. Cheers. And I like how I did the light and you did the brown. It was like spirit.
Let's balance it, baby.
Half my shit is on the floor. You know, you're just gonna channel the ancestors tonight. Yeah.
Right. So another thing that's coming through, let's talk about it. This is the tower. Did we not talking about letting go? Didn't we not talk about releasing, letting go? Here's the tower. Let's talk about that right now. I'm gonna quiz you guys. What is one thing that you feel you need to let go? What is one thing that you feel the need to let go?
Me personally, it's like believing in obstructions. Believing in something is blocking my path. That's what I just heard from my ancestors. They said, you got to let go of believing in obstructions. I'm being transparent. That's what I heard from my ancestors. So everybody in the chat, leave what you think. Leave what's in your heart. What do you need to let go? If you feel like you want to share it. If you don't want to share it, it's fine.
Because we're going to do a brief exercise at the ending of this.
Bruja said, I need to let go of control. Yeah, this is real. Snow said, letting go of my doubts. Let's go. I cheated that. I cheated that. And I let go of that which no longer serves me. I let go of that which no longer serves me. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, higher self. Thank you, divine. Thank you, endlessness of essence. I let go of what no longer serves me. Ache.
That's cleared.
Sharrett Bell said, feeling I'm not good enough or gonna fail. We're gonna let that
Let's
go.
talk about that.
That go. Yeah, let's talk about it a little.
Before we clear it, well, you could clear it while we're talking about it. What is her name? I cannot see the comment. I can't see the comments.
I can see him. You can't. I don't know why they did it this way. But Charlotte Bell. I'm calling her Sharrett. What the hell going on? Hollow Vegeta said holding grudges. Charlotte Bell said I'm not feeling good enough. Feeling I'm not good enough or gonna fail. Hollow Vegeta said holding grudges.
Well, we got to do one at a time. I can't channel both at once. So for Miss Charlotte.
First.
Her name's Charlotte, correct?
Yes, Charlotte.
Okay. So Miss Charlotte, what we're going to do is this. The feeling of not feeling good enough. Why do we not feel good enough? Is it because we're trying to appease others? Because if you don't care what anyone else thinks, then you would have no reason to feel like you are not good enough. And I feel like, exactly, I feel like that's where the root of that is coming from. And since there is to root, what I need you to do is this. It's going to be hard. Turn off your cell phone. Okay? Start saying no.
Whoa.
Okay? Start saying the word no. Okay? Stop making yourself available. Okay? When you see red flags or you don't say to yourself, well, maybe this could work. No, it can't. No. If it's not to your standards, no, let it go. Start being a big bitch. And in return, that will weed out who belongs in your circle and who doesn't. And the ones who belong in your circle, they know you're good enough. They know you're great. And you are. And every day you look in the mirror, what you need to do is those things. When someone walks up to you and they say to you, oh, I need you to do this. No, I can't do it. I can't.
I'm holding the Wi-Fi connection. They keep trying to like block us, so I keep doing spells, and I'm pushing off the energy of the ancestors for protection, so that we don't have no issues. Okay, Hollow Vegeta said. So he's saying he's got to let go of holding grudges.
Why so angry, darling? This is the question. Why so angry? My question is this. You're holding grudges against something that someone did to you, right? But are they upset for what they've done to you? Again, a shift is happening. Okay? So with that shift, what we're going to do is we're going to shift all that grudge worthiness into the obsolete. You need to go down to the river or the ocean. Go to the beach. And you need to go and wade in that water a little bit.
Yeah,
and you need to understand that everybody that did something to you.
Wade in the water, spirit, wade in the water. You know that God's gonna trouble the water. Y'all don't make fun of my singing abilities. I'm giving that to spirit. I did that.
Girl, you'll get there. But most definitely go to the ocean, sit and talk with whomever it is that you believe in, and understand something. The longer you hold those grudges, you're tearing your own spirit up. Because what they did to you was, in fact, a lesson learned. Why hold on to lessons after you've learned them? Yes, you remember, but you don't hold on to all that. You understand? You don't hold on to all that because that was only there to teach you a lesson. You're taking the simulation too serious, my guy. Don't take it so seriously.
Bliss is learning how to be in bliss. And he said just came to Frisco. So that's learning how to be in bliss within yourself.
I do. Another option I can offer, I do spiritual counseling. So if you're ever in need, you can definitely contact me and we can go more over that and, you know, how to get those traumas and all that grudginess out of there.
You guys check back and look at the comments. I'll put her stuff up. in the comments of the actual video. Okay. Now, Healing Shadows says, oh, thank you, Healing Shadows. They said, I love when you sing. Healing Shadows says, gotta let go of over-explaining, over-exerting myself, and being stubborn. And then they said, I also have to let go of taking things too personal. What's that about?
Okay, so
because now we are over-explaining, over-exerting, being stubborn, but also taking things too personal.
Sorry, I had to pull from the deck. 1 second. Okay. So first things first, the over-explaining ourselves. Again, when you over-explain, that is simply because you're seeking not only validation, but you're seeking that someone sees the truth in what you're saying. You understand? Stop seeking and searching for one's approval and seek and search for your own. Example, I used to be the kind of folk that would over-explain things because I wanted someone to know, hey, I'm being honest about this. I just wanted that thing, you know? So when I found that thing in myself and I said, you know what? I know what the hell happened. I know what I did and what I didn't do. That's what you think? Go ahead. Because you're going to find everybody that's going to have different perspectives of you. No matter what you do, what you say. One person might say you was the Eveline of the Wizard of Oz. The other might say you was just as holy as Jesus Christ. And then the next person might say you was the biggest slut in the world. And then those other two people gonna be like, nah, all that person did was stay in the house. You understand? There's always going to be many different perspectives of you. So what I would tell you to do is stop seeking validation and to search within. Whatever validation you're looking for out there, validate yourself. Secondly, what was the other one? Overindulging? What was that?
No, it wasn't overindulging. It was taking things too personal.
Okay.
Oh, they're stubborn. They overexert themselves. They're stubborn and they take things too personal. That's Healing Shadows. That was their question.
Okay.
Then, Tia Juana,
with the cup.
Michelle, thank you for the.
With the cups here, 1 second. With the cups here, this is letting us know about that overexertion, about that stubbornness, and about that taking things too personal. These are all our emotions. They're not filling up our cup. They're pouring all out. First thing, understand everything isn't about you. Understand that people sometimes are just ignorant as fuck. It's nothing spiritual about that. It's just that's who they are. So when someone says something, stop always thinking it's about you, because a lot of the time we take things personal because it rings a bell somewhere. So when you start taking things personal or too serious, start asking yourself, why does this feel like this? Why do it feel like they talking about me? Or why does it feel like they trying to come at me? Why? What is it? When you start doing that, you'll begin to answer your own questions and realize, oh shit, it's something I gotta fix. You know what I'm saying? Again, not pointing the blame, but if they are intentionally trying to throw jabs at you, and if your intuition and your spirit and your body and your soul is telling you that, what you do is return that to sender. And you speak it. I return that to sender. I don't even want that. I don't want that energy. I return it right back to whence it came. And that's how you fight that. Now, how you figure out the one between the two?
Said shadow work. She said,
you said what?
She just left a comment. The blended Bruja, she said, yeah, that's shadow work. Like she said, shadow work.
Well, it is shadow work, but everybody can't jump into shadow work. That's why we tackle things one at a time until we're able to do shadow work. Because shadow work can be scary. Shadow work can drive you over the edge. So just picking out one or two things and tackling it one at a time and beginning to ask those questions, that's how you get into shadow work, asking questions towards yourself. So therefore you can understand, okay, this is what I need to heal, and you can understand clearly and see it clearly. So before he does complete shadow work, he needs to start tackling those things one at a time by going inward. And
Healing Shadow said definitely what it is. So they just telling you thank you, basically, like you really gave them that juice, you know.
I say.
Healing Shadow says it's intentional. So I keep keeping a shield around me. Tijuana Michelle said facts. So we just got everybody in it. Make sure y'all leave a donation on that CashApp. Also, if you don't leave a donation, just share the video. You know, hit the like button. That helps the algorithm so that more people can see this. Because what we're doing here, like most people don't see. You know, that's why my channel's small as a motherfucker, because I don't want everybody to see. I just want the chosen ones to come and see it. All right. So let's see if we have any more questions. Girl, I just saw a golden light descend from my ceiling while you talking. It was gold and looked like fire. That's crazy. You're welcome, Healing Shadows. And you know, let's see. Love the fact that your panel is small. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring everybody on here. I bring the ones that come for. So sis, is there anything else that you just want to share with the people? Any questions, please leave it in the comments. We are already at about 45 minutes. We only about to go an hour. So any more comments, questions, concerns, please leave it in the chat so I can, relay the message to Miss Aquarius Bruja. And then Aquarius Bruja, I just want to know if there's anything else that your ancestors are giving to people to help them on their journey in any kind of way. And I just lit the you're happy like lavender again. And I'm doing what I can spiritually to make sure that the Wi-Fi connection and everything is good, because we are she's not targeted because she's not online like I am, but I am a targeted individual, so they do play with my channel. So if it's lagging or slows down or whatever, I am a targeted individual. I'm not claiming that, I'm just stating facts, So anything else you want to say, my love?
Yes, let's get into the business of minding our own business. So what that means is this: if it don't concern you, if it ain't your problem, sometimes lending a helping hand ain't always the best hand to lend. Because a lot of motherfuckers that have a habit of chopping off the same hand they fed with. You understand? So let's get in the habit of minding our business and knowing when our fight is our fight and when it's someone else's. But other than that, you gotta stay blessed, stay humble, and most importantly, stay in sync and contact with your ancestors. And another thing, don't jump into dealing with things that we don't understand. Let's not do that. When you jump into certain situations, there can be certain outcomes. So mostly importantly, if you don't know, you don't understand, go and ask somebody. And if it ain't got nothing to do with you, stay the hell up out of it. Okay? And let's keep that juju and prosperity rolling in. And before we end, I would definitely love to end on a nice prosperity chant for everyone.
Because we're not done yet. Snow said, did she list her spiritual services? So no, we didn't list them here. However, I will be listing her service. I'm going to put it as a pinned comment on the video. So come back and I will have her services listed. I'm not even going to put I usually just put my own. I'm not going to put my own. I'm going to honor my sister and put her services in and how you could contact her. You listen, sis, we're family, right? Family does for family, right or wrong. Family
you
does
right.
For family. Oh, like
you
I
right.
Said,
but you know how I am about donations. You know I
hush. Anybody that wants to leave a donation, look, I wasn't going to tell her. Half of it is actually going to my sister. So if you leave a donation on my Cash App, half of the donations. Charlotte Bell, thank you for donating. I saw she already left the donation. So
I say thank you.
Anybody else, if you leave a donation, I'm actually going to be splitting it with my sister. I wasn't going to tell her. But tell her. She's very stubborn. She don't like to take nothing. She don't like to take nothing. But I think that it's a law of reciprocity. Right? Look. I'm talking about laws that people don't even know exist. It's a law of reciprocity. Whatever you give to us may come back to you 10,000-fold. But I'm also gonna split it up between my sister. So
appreciation.
We have a spiritual economy that the government can't touch. They can't touch.
Listen.
They can't touch tax. They can't touch shit.
So another topic I want to touch on, for some odd reason, I have a feeling that spiritual work is a question. So, I'm just going to throw a few things out there, for those who are in the hoodoo voodoo community, whatever you possibly do. When it comes to doing graveyard work,
Please about this. I'm a pause. Graveyard work, the ancient came up talking about some. Yeah, tell me please. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
when it comes to graveyard work, y'all, when you first go into cemetery, graveyard, whatever, mausoleum, whatever has an entrance and an exit, you always leave an offering. Okay. And for me, it is Papa Legba. Okay. He's the gatekeeper. We understand that. He opens the roads, he provides clarity, his knowledge of all. When you enter, you always leave an offering. You do not take anything back from the cemetery and back into your home. So if you have a plastic cup, whatever you have, because again, our ancestors didn't have all this fancy dancy. They had whatever they could find. So if you have a little shot glass plastic one that you're not willing, that you don't care about, well, I wouldn't even say that you don't care about, but just something that you're okay with leaving. You pour yourself a shot of rum.
Even that is not right. Even
You
to a
take.
certain extent, right, for my ancestors, even some of that not right.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, babe.
Okay, can you hear me good now? Oh yeah, clear of interference. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. What I heard from my ancestors, even is not even some
Wait.
that. The thing
Wait.
is that
Wait. I need to hear you clearly. It started breaking up. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh no, I'm not even gonna turn my Wi-Fi off because the whole motherfucking thing gonna go off. So what I heard from my ancestor was, it's okay to leave something that you could leave behind, but you shouldn't spare your ancestors what you want to really give them truly out of love. That's what I heard.
Well, that is too correct. But what I mean by don't take something back into your home, the reason why is because energy is attached to everything. You understand me? Energy is attached to everything. So why would you go into the graveyard with something that, you're going to bring into your home and then allow different energies and entities and spirits into your home? Because you never know what is attached. You understand me? So that's why I said, you can go to the dollar store and buy plastic cups. You know what I'm saying? And pour a shot and leave it. That's from the heart because you went out and bought that alcohol, didn't you? Right? And now you're sharing it. Now you're using it for solely this. Now, a lot of people say you pour some out. You don't have to do that. You can have that specific bottle for when you give your offerings. You understand me? So after you do that, I like to leave a quarter, a penny, a dime, and a nickel. You leave all amounts. 4. That's a perfect square. You understand me? So you leave that there and you ask for entry. You already are granted entry because you paid for it. That's what those coins was for. The offering was an offering to show, hey, listen, I'm humble and I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that you're allowing me into here. Thank you. That's why they tell you never come to a witch's house empty-handed. Okay? Next, when you get in there, all this about graveyard dirt, you got to understand something, baby. You got to understand something. All the spirits that's in the graveyard and the cemeteries are not all kind and loving. They are not all kind and loving. You have spirits that are allowed to roam freely. You have spirits that are confined. You have spirits that are just there to cause chaos. And always cover your head and make sure you are wearing closed-toe shoes. You don't want to walk through somebody else's dirt, and you don't want none of that graveyard dirt to attach itself to you because again, spirits and energies and entities jump. So always be protected at all costs. Next, the outlining area of the cemetery, meaning where there are no graves, that's where you should pull your dirt from. If you do not know the person, I would not recommend you doing such. Unless you are a highly trained professional, unless you know what you're doing. If not, you take dirt from the outside areas. I couldn't hear you, baby. Did you mute yourself? I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Do you want me to continue? Okay, so sis, I don't know what's going on with the signal because I cannot hear you at all.
Yeah. You know.
Okay. Okay. I still can't hear you. Like we speaking in sign language, girl. What? What are you saying? I can't hear you. Okay, but as I was saying, you guys, I was just saying solely that I can't hear her. I told you go get ice cream.
Me?
Yes.
No, I ate it. What's the question?